do you keep looking?
I'm sorry.
You gonna do that again? Or no? Do it again. Just do it again. Cut what out?
Okay.
I just fix myself. Okay. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of We Tape. I am Holly.
I'm Charles.
And today we're going to actually talk about something that, well, at least that I've been trying to get taken care of. And that's putting our fifth grade into sixth grade. So selecting the correct or the right middle school for her. So this past week, we've been touring a lot of schools to the point where she's like, ugh. She said, "No more, Daddy." Or she said, "No more, Mommy." And I was like, "Is that too much?" But she still asked for more too. So
Yeah.
I wanted to know, how was your middle school experience? And do you remember any of your teachers or even like your friends? Like, do you guys still keep in touch or no?
No, I don't think I really keep in touch with. I mean, I see them from time to time, but that's about it. You know, we catch up real quick, and that's it.
And middle school is what, fifth grade to
No, middle school
or
was
sixth grade?
for us. It was 7 through 9.
Oh.
Yeah, when we went.
Oh, so then elementary was through sixth grade.
Yes.
See, I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Wait. I don't remember that.
We weren't at Northview until 7th grade.
That's right.
Yeah.
Huh, now I'm thinking back to elementary. Because the other day I was trying to think of, I remember clearly fourth grade because that's when we moved to this area.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember the teacher, I remember the kids being like the new kid. And then I don't remember fifth grade. And I think I remember sixth grade. I think.
At Fair Oaks, right?
No, we
Yes.
went to Orchard Lane, which is not there anymore.
Yeah.
I think it went up to sixth grade. Because if you say that, then I went to Northview seventh grade. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So then I don't remember fifth grade, but I remember sixth grade, which I don't remember that being elementary. Because that's not elementary now for our kids, right?
I mean,
Yeah. It's not elementary anymore.
I don't know. I don't know how much it has changed.
Because now there's schools they have, like one of the most schools that we want to go tour, they have K through
12.
12. So you could just keep your kids there the entire time, which is kind of cool. But that's if you live, well, you don't have to live in the area because they'll come pick you up.
Before I moved over here, I went to a school that was K through 12.
Oh.
And that was really, it was really nice, but to think about it, the opportunity wasn't there because there's so many kids there, you know.
Wouldn't that be chaotic just thinking about it?
Yeah, it was, because I think it was a smaller school. They had a lot more students than it could hold, more than it could hold, because the bottom was all K through 6. And then everything else was 7 through 12 was upstairs, the second two level. But that school's been closed.
It's on 2 floors?
Yeah, it was 3 floors.
Oh.
And that was called Open School at the time in St. Paul, off of 35E over there. But that school's been closed. I mean, I've driven past it, but it's rebranded to another school. So.
Yeah. It's crazy because when I was in elementary school, I didn't even think about middle school or high school. I don't think about it. Those are things for parents. And then we never got to decide where to go. We just went where they told us to.
Yeah, that's how it was for us. We lived so close that I had to walk, you know. And that's before we went to school even though it was 30 below. They still made us walk to school.
I think one of the schools that we toured, probably one of the Hmong school, they said that even if you live real close, they still come pick you up.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's nice. That's a plus, I feel like. They're like, yeah, only if you live only a couple miles, we'll still have a special van that will come pick you up. So I like that.
Well, that's probably for the Hmong school, that's probably a part of their, because in order for them to fill their school, they have to be accommodating to families, you know. And
But compare that school to the other ones, I think that one is the smallest. But that was the only one that was K through 12. And for me to feel like that one is a tinier school, I don't know if that's a plus or.
I mean, it's a plus for them because they, you know, in order for them to get more grants, and I don't know the whole detail, but excuse me if I'm wrong, but you know, in order for them to get more grants from the government, they need to be able to fill their schools. You know, attendance counts.
Yeah. Oh, they're still actually building it right now too.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I thought that was pretty nice that they're, even if you live a mile away, you know, they're willing to come pick you up. So, yeah. Yeah. So were you consider yourself a good kid or bad kid? Or were you part of the, like, not to, like, what's the word? I don't know. Call it, but, like, were you the cool kids? Were you the bad kids? Were you the jocks? I mean, I think that's more like high school, but I think starting middle school, that's where I feel like that's where it all starts too.
I think I was more of the all-around kid.
You were the new kid, weren't you?
I was, but then I hung out with everybody.
You guys moved here and then you went, yeah, but then what grade?
7th grade.
But then you didn't come right away.
I didn't come right away.
Yeah.
Somehow my transfer papers didn't transfer, so I sat at home for 3 months.
So if anything, you were like the new kid. The new kid in the area. Wait, so then was it only you that didn't start right away, or was it all your siblings?
It was only me because I was in middle school already. So my transcript didn't transfer over right away from open school, from the school I went into in St. Paul.
Yeah.
But then my sister and their transcript transferred right away. So they went to school right away. And they just went to the school right next to my parents' house.
Yeah. So. Okay, so you were at a K through 12.
Mm-hmm.
But then now you guys are going to like a public school. So then.
I mean, that K through 12, I think, was a public school too, if I can remember. But it's just, I don't know what happened. Because, you know, when I first moved over here, we were at Northview, we were going by quarters. We weren't going by trimesters.
Trimester, okay.
So then we were over in St. Paul, we were going by trimesters. So I already finished one trimester over there, and then we moved over here because we moved over here at about like right after Thanksgiving, basically.
Okay, so that would have been second trim.
Yeah.
But then so they were still in quarters.
Yeah, so then I think it was like in the middle of second quarter. So I probably didn't start till about the third quarter.
Oh, so you had to wait.
I don't know why. From what I was told, I had to wait because my transcript from my old school didn't transfer over, so they didn't know where I was at. I don't know. It was a big.
Well, that's why I was saying, like, how come your siblings, theirs went through and then yours didn't?
Because they went to a different school.
I know, like they were going to elementary now, and you're going to middle school.
Yeah, but they didn't go to the K through 12 that I went to.
What?
They went to a different, like, we went to elementary school by Maryland over there, by Willock over there. And then because then that school was only a K through 6. So once I finished 6th grade, I needed to go to a different school.
So you went to a K through 12 school?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. How confusing. I wonder why, how come
what?
Mom and Dad did that for you guys. They just didn't put you guys all in the K through 12 one. Oh. Do you know what I mean? Like that would make more sense rather than, but I know that like some people do that. So like Ariel, she's going to be going to middle school. So I just suggest her, you can go to, a K through 12. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when we lived in St. Paul, my parents gave me the option to choose a school.
Oh, wow. You got the option?
Because we had, in St. Paul, there's no, like, district line. So even if you live on the east side and you want to go to school on the west side, you still can. When we were still there.
Back then.
So or if you lived on the west side and you want to go to a school on the east side, you still can, So because there's no district lining, so then, like, they'll still come pick you up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, on the bus.
Yeah. I was saying, like, your parents never dropped you. No. You guys ever had to do that? Parent pick up and parent drop?
Nope, not in St. Paul.
How about here?
Walked the whole.
Oh, damn.
My whole time in high school and middle school.
I think when we were in elementary, we either walk or we had to get picked up. And I don't remember what we did. I think we walked.
Majority of the time.
Yeah, and it was far.
It wasn't that far.
It was further than yours. I know that. No, it's elementary.
I didn't go to elementary.
I know I'm saying that elementary. I don't remember. I think we took the bus.
You guys did take the bus.
Mm-hmm. Because I remember walking one time going over that bridge.
Unless you wanted to like stay at their school or hang out with friends, then you had to walk home.
Mm-hmm. Or else wait for mom to come pick us up. Even that, like, you have to like basically do a U.
Yeah, because
and that was annoying. Like, ugh.
There's only two ways across.
Yeah. Like, I did not like that. My older siblings, they did parent pickup, or else they had friends. But that I don't know too, because we moved. Mm-hmm. Like I was saying, my siblings.
I think they either took the bus or, you know, they just went with their friends.
Yeah. Or walked. Oh no, I think they did take the bus. I remember them waking up. Because over here, the high schoolers, they start earlier.
30 minutes early. I think we started at, when I went there, I think we started at 7:30.
Yeah, that's early.
Yeah.
But we went to go tour the buses with the schools with Ariel. They start at 8:10, I think.
For the middle school kids?
And told her, I was like, middle school starts early, so you're gonna have to get up early.
Probably around like 6:30 at least, depending on how much you saw.
For 7:30, no. I don't know, 7, an hour earlier. Yeah, because right now they start at 9:30, and that is super late.
Mm-hmm. So they start at 9:30 or 9:15.
They start at 9:30.
Oh.
The bus comes around like almost 9. Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't know that if their bus gets to school early, they just sit on the bus too.
Mm-hmm.
That's.
Yeah, it's because I track the bus, and sometimes around like 9:15, it shows that the bus is there. I'm like, oh, okay, so then what do they do? You know. But I think that's what they do, is they sit there.
Uh-huh.
But at the middle school, we were one of the ones that she likes.
Which is.
They're like, oh, even though we start at 8:10, you can come early.
Eat breakfast. As
early as 7:15 to eat breakfast, hang out. I forgot what she said. Like, you know, do your homework or stuff like that. And they had really nice hangout spots, which reminds me a lot of like a community college or like a college, where like in the main floor there's places you can hang out, or you can go to your advisory. And that's one of the similarity things that the 3 middle schools that we're going to go check out is every morning you go to your advisory.
Every morning?
Mm-hmm. Don't you remember doing that? I don't remember doing that in high school. I don't remember doing that at all. And I was like, whoa, they do that? Every morning you go to advisory for 30 minutes, and then you'll start your actual periods. I was like, whoa, that's interesting. And then I asked about, like, okay, what about their locker situation? How does that work? And they said it works from your advisor. Yeah. Advisor?
Yeah, advisor teacher.
I was like, oh, so you probably won't even get to be with your friends, you know?
Yeah, she won't be because...
Yeah. But I didn't ask, like, how do you decide advisor? Because I remember in high school we did by last name. So then, like, those kids I would never see unless it's... unless we were told to go to advisory from that period of time. So sometimes I don't even see those kids, but then I will see them during locker, you know, passing time, but that's because we're alphabetically.
Yeah, it was by alphabetical.
Yeah, I didn't ask that, so I was like, oh, if it's alphabetically by last name, then there's probably gonna be a lot of like Hmong kids, because she's, you know, her last name
in the middle.
Yeah, what I'm saying with her last name. Yeah. And it's a very diverse school. So, yeah. But that's just one of the middle school that we went to go tour. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I didn't ask about the other ones, though.
Yeah. I don't remember going to advisory that much in middle school. I think we probably went like 2-3 times a trimester. It was like to get our midterm grades.
Or like a special announcement.
Yeah, or like signing up for new classes, or like getting our grade, receiving our grade for, you know. In high school, I think we met like either once a month or like twice a week. That's it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I know for sure that is their way of taking attendance. I know that, you know. But every single day, I'm like, whoa. But then one of the schools, she said that they do certain exercises too, where like they go in there for 30 minutes and sometimes they could even just chit chat or whatever. And I'm like, man, if I was a 14-year-old or a middle schooler, would I enjoy that? Like going to advisory just to see these kids or even this teacher for 30 minutes.
I hated advisory.
Yeah, I feel like that would be so boring.
I mean, I liked my advisory when I was in St. Paul at the K through 12, because we would go to advisory every day. Go at the beginning before we start our classes. We'll be in advisory for I think an hour and a half. I don't remember. It felt like an hour or longer.
An hour is long.
We went to advisory every day for an hour.
Mm-hmm.
So then we'll sit in there. We'll play chess. You know, chit chat.
I asked that too, and I was like, do you go in there just so you can catch up on your homework or do whatever you want to? She's like, well, sometimes, like Wednesdays, they do certain exercise or, you know, certain things. And every class have that. They do that. It's like a goal of theirs is to ask the kids, like, questions or whatever. I'm like, dang, that sucks. I feel like I don't know. And now it makes me think, like, do high schoolers do that too now? Go to advisory every single day just to take attendance.
That would be pointless in high school.
Then why do they do that in middle school then? You know what I mean? Unless it's like a new thing.
Unless it's just for the 6th graders to help them be more comfortable in
No,
school.
it was for the whole class because we got there. Well, for this school, we got there early and it was everybody. You know, she told us to like wait because it was gonna be passing time, and so then we sort of watched that and but yeah.
I do remember a lot about middle school. In middle school, we had a bigger advisory. It was we always met in that north gym or south gym, I think it was. Yeah, south gym.
There was only one big gym, wasn't there?
There was the big gym in the south, facing the highway, and then there was the gym by the cafeteria, where the cafeteria was. The one in the middle of the JV or varsity, whatever. The main basketball.
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Oh yes, back to like what kind of kid were you? Were you the bad kid? You guys were the cool kids.
I was the bad kid at a point, or towards the end, yeah.
Towards the end
of high school.
Oh, I mean middle school.
Of middle school.
Oh. Yeah, just.
I was the bad kid.
Were you a bad kid before you guys moved over here?
No, I don't think so.
You weren't?
No.
Would you consider yourself a good kid before you guys moved here? Or like.
I mean, I was a normal kid. I got into trouble.
Yeah.
Got into trouble. Not so much trouble, but I got into trouble sometimes. So I was like a normal kid. I wasn't like a good kid.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that sucks to know.
Yeah.
So then you guys moved here and then you were a bad kid?
Yeah. I was a bad kid.
Do you think your kids will be bad?
I hope not.
Well, it'll be like the bully.
Can we take a break?
Yeah.
Okay. Sit quietly over there, okay?
Don't turn it on too loud. I forgot what we were talking about.
Middle school.
What kind of kid you were?
Yeah. What kind of kid were you?
In middle school?
Mm-hmm.
I was the kid that was trying to fit in.
Yeah, when I moved over here, it was hard to fit in at first.
Mm. Well, even if like, even for me, just starting there.
Like being here already.
Hmm. But it almost felt like everybody knew everybody. So then there's already like cliques,
Mm-hmm.
you know, especially for the Hmong kids. So the elementary school that I went to, there was a lot of Hmong kids, but it was more like Hmong boys.
Mm-hmm.
And the Hmong girls, the one Hmong girl that was there in elementary, she didn't hang out with Hmong girls either, obviously, because there wasn't another Hmong girl.
Uh-oh.
She was very smart.
Some of my cousin.
Hmm. So then I was the second one, and I don't know, I was just trying to fit in as well. So then a lot of my friends were pretty diverse.
Yeah.
And then when I started middle school, like I didn't know a lot of the Hmong kids or even the Asian kids. And the ones that I knew, which was the Hmong boys, I mean, some of them went to different school. Some of them already knew people. So then like, obviously, you know, you're kind of starting from like a clean slate. So yeah, just trying to fit in. But then I just remember not wanting to get into trouble. I just remember that. But also at the same time, like I wasn't interested in school as well too.
Yeah, I think that's like I was always B average student. I got, but then once I started skipping school, it just going back into class, it just was boring.
Mm-hmm.
Even though skipping school wasn't so much fun, we did a lot of dumb stuff when we skipped school, but it's not like it didn't last a whole long. We just, should have stayed. I wish I would have stayed in school.
Yeah.
To begin with, like, probably wish I would have stayed in school.
Well, for me, like, I wasn't interested in school for some reason. Like, my mind just could not stay there. Even if it did, like, it was hard for me to concentrate or even focus on school,
Well, our time in school was, I think, when we were going to middle school, it was like it was still like the teachers where they still taught the old way, where they just give you your assignment. They
almost like a lecture.
Yeah, they give you a lecture, they give you assignment, expect you to like understand it already.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I think teaching has changed so much, like compared to how I was in elementary school and seeing all my kids, elementary teachers. So it's like it seems like they're more engaging, where they, the kids want to be there at least now.
Well, I don't know. So it'd be interesting to know, like, once you start to middle school and how that goes too. Because I know for sure it's changed. It's probably evolved. Even elementary as well too. Elementary for me, I don't remember as much, but I would hope that it's changed for the good.
Yeah.
But I know I was not interested. Even through into high school as well too, but my situation was a little different. Going from a very diverse school to a not diverse, that was a big shift, change. So then obviously I didn't want to
be there at all,
but I was still there.
Yeah.
But when I'm there, it's like I'm not mentally really there, didn't really learn, or nothing really stuck with me. So then, yeah, but that was the kind of kid that I was in middle school. It was kind of, we wanted to hang out, be the cool kid too, but at the same time, I wasn't that great in school. Yeah. I mean, we did a lot of like after school things. I wanted to stay after school, Asian club.
Which you did.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yep. And then hung out with friends here and there. I don't think I was like the bad kid.
Mm.
I remember we had picnics, and I don't even know how we got there. I was like the Asian club. Did we walk? I don't know.
I think there was a bus that took a lot of you guys home. And
I don't remember.
like after.
I just remember being there at the park, and there was a lot of us there.
For Asian club?
I think so.
Like you're talking about the end of the year, like picnic or whatever thing?
Actually, I don't remember.
God. I know that I used to say I went to Asian club, and then we would just go out.
or you would sign up for Asian club and then you would never show up.
Yeah.
So then at some point, teacher would realize like, oh, you guys are just using this.
No, like I would come, like I just came home super late.
Oh, yeah, but even so, like I don't think some kids even showed up.
Yeah.
You know, they use that as an excuse to be like, hey, mom and dad, I'm staying after school for Asian club. And they would just, once they're done, they just go out and keep going out. And then, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I think I was more involved at the Asian club at my sophomore year. It was really big. And then after that, it just kind of died out.
Did you guys have one in elementary?
No.
Or was there?
In elementary, no.
The K through 12?
K through 12, it was majority Hmong kids there anyways.
Oh, but there was no like Asian, like Hmong club or anything?
I think there was Asian club.
But you didn't?
I was, but then I wasn't there that long. I was probably there for like at the most 3 months.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah.
Okay. I hope that's something that our kids would want to participate in. You know, either that or something, maybe like engineering. I wish one of the kids would do that.
Still too early for that for them.
Oh, you could do that. So she said that they have like robotics. When she said that, like she was super excited to say that, and I looked at her. I'm like, my girl's not into that. Yeah, she's so interested in volleyball. I'm like, most of the middle schools don't have that.
Yeah.
Only for 7th and 6th grade.
Yeah, but unless they're really good for as a 6th grader and they could play with the 7th and 8th graders.
No, I don't see that. They can't make. I don't know. Exception for like just the one kid.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just like middle school kids playing high school.
Well, yes, but I'm talking about her just being the 6th grader. Do you know what I mean?
I think it's something that we probably could discuss with the school.
Because even at the other mom's school, like they said she couldn't play. She had to be in 7th grade. But I know that there's a lot of outside programs, like community eds that she could join to, which is probably going to be the route that she has to go. I mean, she's in one right now, so. All right, guys, that's the end of this episode. If you guys have any questions, message, or even confessions that you want to leave us, you can leave it at speakpipe.com/WeTP. That's WETP.
Or any suggestions.
Yeah, just leave it there. We'll have it on the screen for you guys.
All right. Thanks for watching We Top A. Until next time.
Bye, guys.